Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Really glad that you're taking time out from your busy schedule on a weekly basis and coming and showing up on this channel, which is an humble effort to share my learnings either from my own experience or in conversations which I have with my peer network or friends or colleagues or experiences which I have on a day-to-day basis. And today there's a very interesting topic which I would like to share some perspectives, share some learnings from a conversation with a near and dear friend of mine, which is about it gets lonelier on the top. And this is a topic which is very near and dear to me, something which I try to double click with many folks whom I meet, whether these are entrepreneurs or executives within larger organizations, and how do they cope up with that. And because it's a selfish interest for me in terms of how do I take those learnings and ensure that I don't feel lonely. And when I talk about being lonely, don't get me wrong, it's not about, I don't have family or anything like that, but no, that's not the intention of it gets lonely on the top. But the focus is how do you cope up when you scale within an organization or you think of leaving a company or your job to start something on your own. It gets lonely. You don't have anybody to talk to or share your emotions or share your perspectives, which you may be experiencing on a day-to-day basis. And particularly for those individuals who've come up from a corporate ladder and have now chosen in the last 2 years to build their own business, their own product, or their own consulting, or whatever it is, and be on their own, or for individuals who've been promoted and now are at an executive level within the company, it gets very difficult because when you are growing up in your career, when you're scaling up in an organization, or when you're part of a larger organization, you have peer groups. You have individuals whom you can interact, engage, and more importantly, it keeps you busy on a day-to-day basis, whether it's administrative or intellectual work, which keeps you busy because there are a lot of people around you. You can interact, you can engage, you can share your emotions, you can have conversations over tea, water cooler conversations, and it lets a lot of emotions flow out very easily. However, when you go higher within the organization, it gets lonelier because now the entire organization is looking up to you. Or if you start your own company and let's say if you have employees or people who are working for you, they are looking up to you, and you don't have anybody to look up to or have that conversation or share your perspectives or your thought process with others. And that can get scary or can emotionally drain you out. With a couple of my friends, they've said they've almost had a case of depression because they were working in very reputable companies. They had month-to-month paychecks coming in, and now they have gone ahead and compromised that situation, which was a safety net, and they've chosen to take a leap of faith and start something of their own, build a business, build an individual practice. And it gets scarier for them because now they don't have a month-to-month safety net, which is their paycheck, and now they have to start thinking about how do they get that safety net or build that safety net. And more importantly, it's not just about the money or about that safety net, but it's also about they don't have anyone to share their emotions or things which are going in their life, or they don't have anybody as an unsaid coach or a friend or a mentor who can guide, whom they can share what they're feeling like, and it gets very difficult. So how do you overcome that and how do you drive that? It becomes a lot of perspectives which become interesting. And this is something which we discussed. I have been discussing with a lot of friends and colleagues in the industry. There are some learnings which I would like to share. The first and foremost, people forget to network. The first thing, if you really, you've been now part of the industry, you build a network, you should not stop networking. Whether you've jumped up the career ladder or you've decided to start your own business or your own product or whatever it is, you should not stop networking, because networking is not with an intention to only get business, but to also learn, understand, share your emotions. And you would realize that you're not alone in that mindset. There are many others who are having that same feeling, having that same perspectives, are facing the same challenges, and probably you can learn from others or at least share that so that you get an assurance that it's not just happening to you. You're not the only victim. There are many others who are having that same process which they have to go through. So that's the first thing. Second is, if it's viable, get a coach. Today, coaches and mentors are a kind of, not a crying shoulder, but there are great individuals who can actually help you overcome these personal doubts or self-doubt about your career or about things which you are doing, which are more passionate for you as a topic. And I would highly recommend you to get a coach because that really helps you overcome these momentarily impact and can cause you not to have a burnout, whether mental or physical, and that will definitely help. The third thing is, more importantly, create a vision board, which is a reminder which is helping me. I have created a vision board, like why am I doing what am I doing today, whether it's work or whether it's this YouTube or any of the other things which I do, which are passionate areas for me. And it constantly reminds me it's a good North Star. It's a good guiding force for me, which helps me on track, doesn't let me lose my way, and ensure that I don't self-inflict pain, which can be detrimental to me and people around me who are near and dear to me. And last but not the least is, discuss, whether it's with your friends, with your families. When I talk about networking, naturally you do it with outsiders, but the fourth is the critical aspect, to create that inner circle and be open to discuss openly with the inner circle in terms of how you feel, what's going on. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes we always feel that our family or your better half, your spouses may not understand what you're going through, but you'll be equally surprised that they may not understand exactly what you may be doing on a day-to-day from a professional career point of view, but they'll be able to hear you out emotionally and, I would say, non-emotional way as well, and give you that empathize and sympathy and all of that which you would require on a day-to-day basis, which will help you to give you that, it's not a safety net, but give you that level of support, which sometimes goes far way longer than what you would probably imagine. And that really helps. It has helped me many times, and often when I have asked this question to many of my friends and peers, they have shared that it's been that inner circle of trust, inner circle of influence, which has really helped them keep going in many ways. And that will be my last recommendation. So yeah, it does get lonelier on the top. You have to ensure that you leverage these 4 areas, and if there is a 5th and 6th, I would love to hear in the comment section. But these are the top areas which have helped me and have helped my peers and people whom I've interacted. And if you have any other thoughts or have any other perspectives on this, I would love to hear. So please do share in the comment box, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next week's video. Take care, stay safe, and be healthy. Bye-bye.